Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I will try to make a very quick video just to give a little bit of my thought of what I've seen on this video. Please let's watch the video first and then I will comment afterward.
Hotspot for the refugee crisis is the French port city of Calais, where thousands of migrants are camping out awaiting their chance to cross the English Channel into Britain. The refugees claim the authorities have forgotten about them.
The only thing that's changed is that the government installed electricity and water supplies, but on migration policy nothing changed. We heard that David Cameron is going to Syria to take I don't know how many Syrians. Meanwhile, here are 3,000 people in the camp and most of them are Sudanese. And who colonized Sudan? England. So I believe before looking far away, people are already here.
Well, the situation in the Calais migrant camps is becoming increasingly volatile. Hari Fear reports on the infighting between different refugee groups there.
Well, this is the fence that authorities have been erecting to try to stop the migrants from smuggling themselves into vehicles bound for the UK. But as hundreds have been holed up in this so-called jungle encampment, tensions have been rising. Well, that's the Ethiopian flag over there representing that part of the camp. And just over here is the Afghan flag you can see. Well, we're here to investigate reports of, regrettably, violent clashes between groups from the two encampments. Apparently, in recent weeks, after one flare-up, tens of men had to be hospitalized.
It is humongous. Bro, that's the map.
So this is the map. And it's showing all the different national...
Yeah, all the different nationalities right here.
You know, the Sudan people in Afghanistan is people. Is fighting. The day as always yesterday.
You're saying the Sudanese and the Afghans are fighting?
Just is a fighting with a bicycle, you know?
Fighting over bicycles.
Yeah.
So what the guys are telling me is that some charity is being given out by French and British nationals, and there's been some fighting over which camps have been getting the preferential treatment, allegedly.
They stay 5 hours. It's fine.
5 hours?
5 hours is fine.
This is the cause of the infighting between the groups. It's desperation. And the food's just going everywhere and it's getting smashed up on the ground. It's total chaos. You can see why tens of the thousands here may lose their patience after being holed up here for months. Something of a shanty town is being developed, but conditions are really very poor. Reporting for RT, I'm Hari Fear.
As you saw on the video, and I think the screenshot that you see at the moment on the screen, it's written there, migrants in Calais camp claim authority have forgotten about them or forgotten them. It's very, let me say it's a very complex situation here, but I will explain I will give my thoughts of how I understand the system. First of all, this guys, as you can see, the guy who you see on the picture, when his intervention, he was complaining about the conditions that they were living there. He spoke about the electricity. They didn't have electricity. That makes sense. They need electricity to do a lot of things. So they didn't have electricity. They managed to get some electricity. He's complaining about Cameron, the Prime Minister of UK, going to get Syrian in Syria. I think this guy doesn't even understand that he doesn't have the right to say that. He doesn't have the right to go to the UK because he's already in France, and France is a safe country. France is one of the most developed country in this world. He's in France, but he's complaining why the Prime Minister in the UK going to Syria to get or going to Lebanon to get the Syrians. Those people in Lebanon are refugees. Those are the real refugees. This guy on the screen is not. This guy is from I think he comes from Mauritania or something, and this guy is in France. He speaks French, and he's complaining about going to the UK an English-speaking country. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense. I think this situation is becoming a joke. The guys from Sudan that he's talking about, the guys from Sudan, they are in France. So if they are in France, they must apply for asylum in France. I think they've done it and it didn't work. Maybe. I think so, because it's a safe country. I don't know what route they've used. If they came from Italy, I think they're supposed to even apply in Italy. They haven't done it. They're all coming to this camp to get to the UK. And I think the reason why they might be all coming here, maybe they know from the history, there have been people going to the UK like this. But I don't think this way of handling, the way the Europe has been using to handle the situation is not good. And then about the safety, about being in a safe country, a real refugee should search to be where is safe. That's the definition of the real refugee. So if you want to be a migrant, there's no problem with that. But the only problem I have, because I know where they come from, because I've been in similar situation myself. But what I hate about this thing is most of people who are coming to Europe, they don't want to integrate. They don't want to respect the culture. They don't want to what can I say? They don't want to learn what made the country that we want to be it to be that way, you know. I don't know if this English is correct, but what I'm trying to say is, what did they do to have the country the way they have? I think by observing, they can observe a lot of things. I myself, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I've observed a lot of stuff, a lot of things I used to do, and a lot of behavior that I had before. I've seen a lot of problem on the behavior. But unfortunately, millions of people, they don't want to see it, and they only refer on blaming white people or blaming the country that are colonized Africa. Although it's already like 50 years that have left the continent, but we're still being affected. It's true that we still be affected, but if we are affected by the country that's colonized the continent, is because we are letting them do that. Because China today, I think China has a lot of control about its own country because they worked for it. I think we need to work about it. We need to work on it and get to a better place. And this ridiculous thing of moving around and stuff, what this will do at the end is just gonna destroy the system. And when this system is destroyed, I don't know if people will try to swim to go to the USA, and if the USA will still be what it is. And I don't even know if we'll be allowed to swim to the USA. So I will stop this video here. What I'm just gonna say is, this guy is a migrant, but he's not happy that the UK Prime Minister is going to the camp to get people who are really in need of safety. This is ridiculous, the world we are living. Please, European leader and politicians, please open your eyes. Stop this mess that you are doing, because I think a lot of you know exactly what's going on, but you just let it happen. I know sometimes you're trying to be politically correct, but at this moment it's so urgent that you can't leave millions and millions of people continuing this mess. And the other issue is, you've opened that door in Libya. You know why so many, because I'm talking now about the people who came, because I'm sure this guy used the way in Italy or whatever, or Spain and stuff like that. So it might be coming from like Libya. So you know what you did to get that mess there. Please try to fix the mess that you made in Libya, because you made it in a purpose and you knew that we're going to have the consequences that we have today. I'm going to stop this video here. See you on the next one. Bye.